What is good, Chibubbers? Your boy Chug is back again today for another video looking at something a little bit different. Gonna do a little bit of a vlog style video talking about my current health condition. As you guys know, I'm a bit of a weightlifter slash gym goer slash not very good at any of it, but still try. And I'm okay. I'm okay. I've done some lifting. I've got some muscle. I've I'm not a entirely fat piece of shit, and I'm not the thinnest person either. On the weekend, I hurt my arm helping a mate move, and I was lifting like a small little bed frame and had my arm fully extended like so, and I hit the roof with the bed frame and it just popped my bicep tendon on this arm here. Now it has been 4 or so days since that has happened. There is significant bruising. I'll try to lift my arm. Where are we? Under here compared to this arm. Limited mobility, but more than I thought I would have. I can turn my hand. It hurts doing it, but I can do it. So I snapped my tendon off the bone of my bicep. So it's this arm, but I'll try to get this arm up. Right here, right where the long head essentially attaches to the forearm. Right, it is now gone off the bone. So that happened like with limited force, limited effort. Wasn't trying to do that, obviously. Accident just happened, and I called it straight away. I was like, oh, that's surgery, that's a tendon, that's blown. Everyone's like, nah, what are you talking about? You'll be right. I'm like, no, I'm screwed. Like that's the goods. Yeah. So this is the bad arm. It is still swollen. The bruising isn't as bad as I thought it would be at this point. I don't know if you can see or compare, but I can't really. Where is it? Is my arm? There's no real tension. I flex and there's no like head of the bicep. Where am I? So it's rolled up and like all here is flat. And like I said, I'm very surprised that there's no can't even hold my arm up. Limited bruising there. And it's a bit rough. I've got a few big events coming up like weddings and bucks parties and stuff like that. But no, it is not going to be good for me. But I've got one good hand, and that's all that matters. But like I was saying, if I can try and compare the two arms, this is already, you can see it here. I actually have like a lump on my bicep, where this one, it just seems flat, right? So this whole part here should look pronounced. Now it's hard to see. Doesn't help that I'm white as anything either, with no tan. But yeah, the bicep head has curled up and rolled back up to here, which you'd think would make me have a bigger bicep, but it's so fluidy, it's so, just bleh, that, I can't really lift it, move it, or do anything with it. And like I said, completely off the bone. And I was like, oh, I thought I'd be in a bit more pain from doing it off the bone. And, it was sore when it first happened, and I was like, this is pretty bad. And, sleeping's been terrible and everything like that, but when I'm not moving it and I'm just kind of like resting it or relaxing it, again, this is the bad arm, it's not bad. I don't really feel it that much. I move it the wrong way. I've got like no limited functionality, limited strength, but obviously there's enough compensation from my other muscles or the other head of the bicep or the forearm that I can still kind of make a fist. I can still kind of move it. I can still kind of extend it. It does hurt doing it, but I can still do those things. So I thought that was quite cool. And I thought it was something that, again, wasn't as bad as I thought it was, because I had such mobility still, with pain. And like I said, I've done a hamstring earlier in the year, so it felt like the same thing as when I did that. Feels like other compensating muscles take more of a impact, and they get more tight and more swollen because now they're the primary holding of, like, I guess your joints and arms and muscles together, right? Arms, legs, whatever. But those muscles being held together. So they're extra tight because they're missing a tendon, right? So that's kind of what my forearms have been feeling like. So I kind of knew it was bad, but again, off the bone, didn't really expect that. But it was really cool. I should have actually been filming the whole process. Like, I was a bit nervous. I was a bit like, oh, I'm feeling a bit off. I don't like doing this alone, you know. But, you know, he's there going over with the ultrasound. He's like following the tendon. He's like, yeah, now look at it. It just stops there, you know. And you're looking at the screen and it's just like, cool, man. I'm glad that you're excited about this, but I'm having a hard time today. Do you mind? So that's how that went. But, you know, surgery it is for me, guys. Complete tear of the bicep. This happened on Friday last week, and, you know, haven't taken any painkillers or anything like that. I just was making sure that, you know, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But went and finally saw my doctor yesterday, got my referral, went to radiology today, got my ultrasound. Obviously, none of that was open over the weekend that I could find in my area. So went and got that today, and there was this guy doing it, and he's there, you know, moving my arm and trying to get all through it. Like, he was going for about half an hour. And then he abruptly leaves the room, and he's like, he kept going back to the same spot in my bicep, which is, you know, right at the joint of the I guess, elbow joint on the inside. And he's like, I think you've torn a bicep, and like just leaves. I'm like, I came in, the first thing I said was I tore a bicep. It's what I feel it was. And he's like, oh yeah. 10 minutes go by, another doctor comes in and he's checking out, and the first thing he does is go, oh, look at that. And like, where the other guy didn't even like observe me, he didn't look at me, where this other guy goes, oh yeah, look at that. Straight away I can compare both biceps just by looking at you. One is rolled up, one is rolled back. Done a bicep for sure. I didn't even need the, you know, ultrasound machine, the sonography thing, like, you know, has eyes. I'm like, yep, well, that's what I thought as well. We're there and we're having a look, and you know, he's like, the guy that's come back in, like, he told the you know, the guy that was working on me first to go get another guy and like triple check, quadruple check. Another guy came in, and it was like, they're all looking, they're all like, this is sick. I'm like, what, you just haven't seen this before, kind of thing? And they're all like, you should, yeah, check this out. Like, you know, they put me on the table, they put me up like this. They had both arms out, like they were comparing it side by side. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And he's like, yeah, using my left arm, and he's like, flex up and down like this, and look at the screen, and like you see like it all moving and wavering like on the sonography thing and on the ultrasound. And I'm like, yeah, this is baller. And then he's like, yeah, now check this out. And he goes to my right arm, which has got the tear in it, and he's like, now do the same flexing up and down. Yep. And he goes, yeah, see that? And I'm like, yeah, I see nothing, like nothing's moving. He goes, yeah, exactly. I'm like, yep. And he's like, yeah, it's torn off the bone completely, that you're not even moving it. I'm like, look at that. I'm like, yeah, this is sick. Thank you. You know, thanks, man. Like, great news. I'm glad you're happy about this. And it's like, you know, he leaves the room. I go back out. He's there telling everyone, like, you should have seen that. This thing was mad. Like, his arm's doing this. And I'm like, bro, I'm right here. Like, come on, man. Like, my life's just going to get smacked now. Like, a bit of, I don't know. Like, sure, I'm a tough boy. I'll be okay. But it's just like, man. All right, I guess I'm going for surgery then. Like, you know, this is, you know, I thought I was waiting for my doctor to kind of tell me. I'm glad that they told me, but like, I was already prepared for the worst, hope for the best, but, you know, it is what it is. So I did the report that came in today, and as you can see, ultrasound right elbow, bicep tendon injury, findings, evidence of complete tear at the bicep insertion at the elbow with evidence of retraction, meaning it's gone up my arm. Soft tissue edema and small amounts of fluid at expected location of the insertion of the bicep, meaning there's fluid, there's swelling, bruising, etc. There is overlying mild subcutaneous edema as well. Subcutaneous meaning under the skin, so yeah, in excess fluid under the skin. So everything else seems to be within normal limits. Burst is fine, ulna's fine, different nerves seem within limits. So really, the only issue was that snappage of the bicep. This is my scan. Having a look through it. I haven't seen it yet. Right elbow, ant joint, anterior joint, assumingly. Right elbow, anterior joint. Again, haven't seen or know how to read these very well at all, but obviously I know what my tendon looks like, which is something like that, and it looks like it is torn. That's right elbow, CEO joint. Yep, looks like a massive tear. Assuming that's what they're showing me to look at. Again here, going down and just stops, potentially. What are these little things? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it definitely looks like there's some missing tendon there. Alrighty then, we have a video of the distal bicep repair, the procedure, the process. If you're squirmish, look away. But no, it's not a real arm or anything, but it's, you know, a visual representation of what's kind of happening. So let's have a look at it. As I said, you get the initial surgical cut in your forearm. If it cannot be pulled back, like I said, you need to go another cut up around the bicep. I don't care about the scars, whatever, you know, that's fine. My biggest question was, how do I know that you're putting it back in the same spot so my bicep looks the same? The doctor said that either there'll be, as you can see here, a bit of residue of flesh, or generally on the bone, if it's completely detached, it'll be like, almost look like a bald spot. Yeah, reference. On the bone to then be like, okay, this is where I need to drill and pilot hole and then put like a button and everything. But we'll go through it as it happens. So this is where they grab and pull back the tendon so they can attach it. They then clean up the edges, any of the dead debris or anything that's you know, whatever. They also kind of skim it so it fits into the hole that they do. They then kind of weave it all together. I think they call it a whipple stitch. And they kind of put this like, almost like metal mesh kind of like fishing line through the tendon so they can then also put it into the button, which you can see there. Now that button then, again, drill comes down, goes in, hollow out the radius that little bit, and a button goes down, and that holds the and pulls the tendon in place, and then able to hold it in place so it can't actually come back out. It's like it's locked off. As you can see here, they're putting it in, flipping it, and then pulling it up. They're then going to put like a little button or a titanium. Again, this is all titanium, so hopefully it's not rusting and anything like that. But you know, they then stitch it in a little bit, and then they put in a button or a screw type function thing. Not sure exactly what it is. I got told it was a button, but this looks more like a screw on screen. And that allows you to kind of clamp it in and hold it in place, like literally not letting the tendon be able to pull back out, as you can see there. And looks pretty clean. Like I said, got told it was like an hour. I will be bruised. Apparently they might have to move a few nerves out of the way, so my forearm will probably be bruised. Worst case scenario, which I'm hoping doesn't happen, touch wood, was that you could potentially hit the brachioradial nerve or whatever it is, or just radial nerve, the main nerve in your radius, and that could potentially like paralyze your hand, essentially, like in the sense of you won't have any ability to open it again or move it and have any function, and you probably won't be able to restore function either. If that happens, well, goodbye to anything that I'm freaking trying to do here, okay? They gave me a hat for my head, I think for my beard as well. They know that I can't tie this up, right? In for the bicep surgery. I'm a little bit nervous. Been shaved. Alcoholed up. Beautiful hat. Here we go. Waiting for the cannula or whatever it's called, the needle thing. waiting for surgery.
Got stabbed a few times, but they found one. We're okay. Well, just came to. Arm is on fire. I'm alive. Yeah. Pain. Pain.
I'm alive! It's nearly 12 a.m. in the sling. Just got home. Yeah! Alive. They said ease into your diet. Fuck that. Go home and eat fucking ribs, baby. Ribs and chippies. Yeah, Bubba. Fuck ease into the diet. What kind of fucking simpleton talk is that?
Neck man.
Let's go. Currently in some fucking pain. I'm assuming that's because I had a hole drilled through my arm. And the guy was like, you got some big tendons, you get some big muscles. He called Emma, what did he say?
Yeah, he said like he's a big boy, he's got big muscles.
Big boy, big drill tendons. Hole. It's all gonna freaking hurt, man. He's gonna be in pain. I'm like, good. But is what it is. Recovery begins today. Oh, Emma, stop. She was tickling me. A little bit of leg foreplay.
Love me some leg foreplay.
Yeah. I was rather enjoying that. With an update. Day 1 post-surgery. Just took the strap off my neck. And I think I need to put it back on because my arm is freaking sore. My shoulders are sore from being in that sling position all night. Definitely chronically achy pain. These plexia aren't doing a lot. Make you sort of drowsy, but the pain is pretty rough. Been taking some Panadol with it as well. Like, it's not bad. It's just it feels like a bad break. Like obviously being drilled and whatnot. It's just rough, but it's not unbearable. It needs to be supported to feel good, I'll tell you that much. Even now, I'm like, I have it resting on a few pillows. I'm still in somewhat of a 90-degree angle, but it's starting to throb something chronic, so. It's only day 1. It's been about 12 hours since surgery, maybe. No, a bit over 12. So maybe about 15 hours. Beard's looking sensational though. A little bit lightheaded, a little bit foggy from the drugs, but day 1 recovery begins. Since taking off the sling, I've had a little bit of hand motion back, so I can now open my hand up, which is great. It means that I have nerves and the worst case scenario didn't happen. Actually, the hand that I'm holding this camera with, my left hand, probably hurts a little bit more because I was a pincushion with the anaesthetist. He just couldn't find a vein and he was just prodding the shit out of me. It's day 2. Hand still killing me, swollen. It's about all the movement I have in my thumb, fingers. Fair bit of pain. Shoulder is killing me. Yeah, it's not enjoyable. I'll be honest, but no one thought it would be. Got a few hours of sleep, like 3. Yeah. Day 3. Just took the slinger for the first time. Arm is on fire. It's very swollen. Still not as much bruising as I thought would be there yet. The arm is tad cooked. Still limited mobility. but I am alive. Deodorized, new clothes on. New man. Meds are not working that well, but it's something. Shoulder's probably more sore than the arm. Worried about maybe getting some frozen shoulder or something, but I've just learnt that I can kind of go up with the elbow or shoulder, which isn't much, but that motion is way more than what I had, so winning. Oh wow. So you can see day 4, you can see the arm marks, bruising, swollen, still red. If you see this bit here, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it's like a giant, looks like a banana just sitting off my arm, opposed to this arm. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two, but that is swollen as. So that's awesome.
You look hung.
Got a hung arm, finally hung somewhere. Arm's a little bit munted and mutilated, but
You see the bruising in the camera.
yeah, good. Bruising there, incision there. Very itchy at the moment. Alright, it's day 4 once again. First when I looked at my arm in the mirror, and I can see right here, the lower half of my ulna, essentially. If you look at my pinky and run along, that lump just sticking out. Oof. Gross. Compared to the other arm, I'll do it side by side. Day 5 review. I don't know. Somewhat looking like a arm again. Still very swollen. Fingers are a little bit more mobile already. I've really been trying to work them though, because, you know, I've been stiff as. I still can't turn my wrist at all, so I can't put my arm like flat down or anything. What up? Boy Chugs. It is day, well, it's 1 week exactly from surgery, so I guess we're 1 day short of recovery. So 6th day, or 7th day since I got surgery, but yeah, Friday to Friday, whatever that is. Hand is able to open now, a whole lot better. Very, very sore and tender still, very swollen still. Pain is still there. Still in the painkillers, but they probably run out tomorrow. All in all though, the swelling has reduced significantly, and I can actually use my hand in terms of like just opening it and moving it, which is so much better. And my other hand, where I got jabbed 1,000 times by the anaesthetist, it's bruised still, but I can actually push on it and actually get up and have a bit of life. So that's cool. Went to the gym today and watched people. Didn't do anything, but it was nice to get out of the house and just get back to old habits and have a chat with a few guys and, you know, just leave the confined 4 walls that I've been used to. Stick along and we'll keep going. See how we feel after the end of next week. That'll be 2 weeks in. And let's see if this bicep's healing, if it's feeling any better. Obviously, I'm still not going to extend my arm. I'm going to keep it pretty much in a sling for the 6 weeks like I was told. I'll see the doctor end of next week or the start of the next one after next. So yeah, we'll play it by ear and go from there.